Good morning from Italy, everyone. I am sitting down with a green juice and I'll wait a little bit, do a workout, and I'm going to eat this omelet and probably a couple bites of these pancakes, to be totally honest. But I'm really all about taking my habits with me when I travel. So that means if I am going to, wake up, I'm going to have some protein, I'm going to have a green juice, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to do all the things that make me feel good. And yeah, so keeping with the habits that make me feel good is so important to me, because that's what keeps me not feeling like when I get home that I have to start over or that I completely messed up everything. It's not this concept of all or nothing. It is oh yeah, if I go out tonight for dinner, sure, I'll have some pizza, but for the most part, I'm eating clean, healthy, protein, fiber, things that make me feel really good in my body. And then once in a while, indulging and experiencing the pleasure and connection that food offers, because that piece is really important too. But if you want to go on vacation and not feel guilt when you come home, try to maintain a lot of the habits that you have when you're at home, because when you bring those things with you, they become your lifestyle. Okay, going to enjoy. It's Westy.
That's my son from Christian.
Hello. We're gonna cook. Wow. Hi. Okay, this is day 4. Everyone is still so jet lagged. I'm trying to be quiet because Chad is sleeping in our room and I'm getting ready for dinner. And I thought that I would come on and chat for part of this little YouTube. We are in Capri, which is this little island off of Naples. It is beautiful. And we've just been relaxing for the last few days. I have taken so much space off of social media. By the way, just so you guys know, this is the Kosas Glow IV. And then I'm gonna use their foundation because they're non-toxic and they match my skin perfectly, the color. So anyways, I've been off my phone, off social media. I'm just filming this on the camera app to go up next week. And it has felt so nice. I used to pressure myself so much from a fear-based mindset that I had to be on social media all the time, posting when I would be on vacation, because if I didn't, then I would lose followers, or I wouldn't have engagement. And I'm look back on that time and I'm oh my God, that is so ridiculous. I wasn't even giving myself a break. I was always in burnout mode because of my mindset that was so rooted in fear. And that has gone away, thank God, because now vacation is so much more enjoyable. And I find so much peace in just being on my phone less. I think overall, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that people are just less engaged than they used to be on social media platforms, which is interesting, especially for somebody who owns a small business and used to get all of her clients from social media. But now it's just more word of mouth and continuation of the same people, which I really love. So this is the Say, also non-toxic bronzer. go in, contour, and I'll blend this out, don't you worry. Cannot talk when I'm focusing that hard. So, there we go. Now, we're gonna do the, well, blend this out a little bit. The Say liquid blush. This is the color Poppy, which I love. That's what I used to call my dad's dad. And blend this out. I've seen this trend lately of people wearing like so much blush, and I don't love it. I like it to look like really discreet and just like a natural little glow, not these like bright pink cheeks. And this is the Liss highlighter, and I'll just put this on top of the blush, and I go like pretty light with it. I also blend like all of my makeup on my hand. And this is like a really bronzy color, so it blends really nicely when you have a good tan. Okay, so there's that. So yeah, I'm curious to hear what you guys think about social media. Do you feel like you're on it less so than you were in the past? Do you feel like you're on it more so? How many hours a day? I honestly don't really. I feel like everything is an ad now. Everything is an ad. We're looking at constant influencers sharing just like product and tagging it, and I think that a lot of us like still don't have the transparency that it's an ad. Which, I mean, I personally always share that, but I feel like a lot of people don't. And so you're like thinking that this person's like actually using that product, and people used to like actually share their like life and like interesting stuff and like stuff that was helpful. And now I'm just kind of like bored by it all. Okay, so I only use this on nights out. This is the Anastasia Brow Freeze, and it just lifts your brows and fluffs them. I have my brows laminated, but it kind of just gives them an extra oomph. Now, this is not non-toxic, which is why I only use it on nights when I'm going out and I just want a little extra oomph to my eyebrows, like looking in the mirror, so I don't mess this up because the camera is not perfect. I'm also seeing like multiple spots that I need to blend in. So, okay, there we go. Lovely. Now I'm gonna do some mascara, and that really does take like my ultimate focus. So I'm gonna pause this, come back, curl my hair, put my outfit on, and yeah, I'm gonna do that. Show you guys my view from my bathroom. I know that looks like fake, doesn't it? It's crazy. And having that window actually allows a good amount of natural light in. I am using this T3 curling iron. It's the ones that I have at home. I have these and Hot Tools. And honestly, I find that these hold curl the longest. I've used all different types of curling irons, but these hold curl really, really well. I think because they get so hot. Also, whenever I curl with these, my hair doesn't get kinked, which is really nice. It just has like a nice loose curl to it. So while we're here, on another note, what was I gonna say? Oh, the kids of mine have been so jet lagged. They have not slept at all. And so it's been up every night from like 2 to 4:30, which has been rough. So I've been trying to nap during the day, which has also been really nice and something different for me. I really was never a napper before. And when you have kids and you travel as much as we do, man, you need to let yourself sleep. I was such a perfectionist for such a long time, and my sense of worth absolutely came from how much I accomplished in one day. If I was getting all my shit done, getting all my to-dos done, getting more than what was on my to-do list done, creating new content, well then I was worthy. And now it's just like, oh my gosh, that shit does not matter. Like, I'm worthy no matter what I do in one day, and some days it's gonna be more, and some days it's gonna be less, and it's all based on how much I'm sleeping, how much good food I'm eating, if I'm moving my body, if I'm meditating, if I am at a certain point in my cycle. Like, there's so many different variables, and we just have to learn, all of us, that there is value in rest. We live in this society that is so ridiculously concerned with productivity. And let me just tell you guys, I have seen that shine through so insanely just being here for 4 or 5 days in Europe. It's like you see this different culture of people where they're okay, closing up their stores at 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock to take a siesta, which is like an afternoon rest. All the stores in the square shut down, they go off, they take a rest, maybe get an espresso, and come back and do the rest of their afternoon or evening. Americans are so living in this hustle culture. Work as hard as you can, work as long as you can, work as many hours as you can, quantity over quality. And it's just such a rip. And that's why so many people, including myself, this is why I now coach women on this, and because I went through it myself, end up burnout, end up exhausting their adrenals, end up fully just disrupting all of their hormones, and then using food and alcohol and prescription medications as a way to cope with the fact that they're so fucking stressed out all the time. It's can we just please give ourselves some grace and see the value in rest? If you rested more, what would that allow you to do in your life? Would you be able to get more things done in a productive manner during the time that you are working? Would you have to use caffeine less? Did this just die on me? Don't poop out, little guy. Would you have to use caffeine less? Would you have to use alcohol to de-stress yourself less? Would you be able to eat better because you're not using food as a coping mechanism at the end of the day? Would you be able to move your body more? Would you be more present with your kids if you allowed yourself to rest? What would be possible for you? And when you ask yourself that question and get curious with it, you start to understand that you can reprioritize things, and you should reprioritize things. The things that we all think we have to do or quote unquote should do because they're expectations from other people or society or whatever, are not even like real things that we have to be doing, that we have to get done. Yeah, sure, there are a few things a day that have to happen, that we have to get done. But like, let the rest of the bullshit fall away and give yourself some freaking grace. So that's my rant on that. Just encouraging everyone to give themselves some time this summer to rest and recharge and do you. Think I should wear the red purse or a blue purse? What do you think? Red or blue? Red. Red. Okay. This morning we are going for a hike, just the four of us and my family, and we are really excited to get off the water and onto dry land.